What is going on, guys? Anthony back here again, and welcome back to another movie collection update. This is the third movie collection update on the channel, and the last one I did was about 3 months ago, so there has been some time for a lot of releases, a lot of stuff that I was able to get some deals on and good sales, so let's get right into it. We have a decent amount here. So first up is Last Night in Soho on 4K. And this one was a real treat because I love Edgar Wright, I love his filmmaking, and knowing very little on this film, this really blew me away. I love the neon and the red, blue, and green colors that is utilized in this film. Looks really good with the HDR as well, so if you have a 4K setup, getting this on 4K is amazing. Highly recommend it. I could really talk all day about this film. Maybe that's for another video, but yeah. Last Night in Soho, check it out. I got this right when it came out and didn't regret it, so didn't really mind what I paid for it. Next up is Knives Out, which is the Best Buy Steelbook. And, you know, this movie actually surprised me. And I only got the Steelbook because, you know, it was available. It was just like one of those things where I was like, it was cheap enough. I think it was like $12 or something like that, you know. Some of these go on sale. Some of the 4Ks go on sale on Best Buy pretty often, some of the Steelbooks. And if you keep a lookout, you might be able to find stuff. I haven't opened this yet, haven't checked out the 4K, but it looks like it has a slipcover around it. It looks like the Steelbook is in this cover that has all the names on it and has all the actors on the front. So yeah, really, really fun film, and interested to check out the 4K. So that's Knives Out. And, you know, speaking with Daniel Craig, kind of keeping on that same topic, is a film I have not checked out yet, and that is No Time to Die. I've seen all of the other Craig films in this series, but I have not seen, as you see, it's still sealed. I was going to watch this with my girlfriend, but she has to see the other Daniel Craig films, so I have to show her them first before we dive into this one. But yeah, I saw it out in 4K, and I was like, why not? I'll pick it up, because I do like 007. I'm not like the biggest fan of James Bond, but I really like the Craig films, and I obviously have seen all of them, so I might as well finish watching them. Next up here is A Few Good Men on 4K. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a slip on it, but it is what it is. I'm not too picky about movies like this not having the slip, but it would be nice, because a lot of my 4Ks have the slip. This is like one of, like, I think I only have 2 4Ks that don't have a slip, and this is one of them. But, you know, it's all good. Great transfer. This thing looks like it could have been from the early 2000s as far as how good the transfer looks, but it's from the 90s, and it's just a great film. Very serious, but very well done. Just great performances, and really cool to check out. The next one that I got was actually an anime on Blu-ray. I recently, you know, finished up Death Note, and this was just a crazy anime, like one of the craziest animes I've ever seen. Lived up to its name, lived up to the hype, and it's Death Note. And Amazon actually had this for, I think, for $15, guys. This is the whole thing. This is the whole series right here. It's only 2 seasons, but, you know, has the slip. The Blu-ray transfer does look really good. As far as what I've seen from it, because, you know, my friends have had it and such, that I've seen the Blu-ray quality, but never owned it. And when I saw the price, I was like, hell yeah. So another added collection to the series that I have on Blu-ray. Next up is an item that I actually did a whole video on, an unboxing, which is the Ghostbusters 4K set. And I actually have all the films up there on the shelf. I think it actually cuts it off where the camera is, but yeah, they're on the shelf there. I did get a chance to watch these, and they are brand new transfers, and let me tell you, they look incredible. I was really happy that I kind of waited and I didn't bite on any other individual 4K releases before this, and I know these go for a lot of money online now, so I'm happy that I did get mine. I have no intention on selling it because I am a big Ghostbusters fan, and I actually never really owned a proper set. I've always, you know, watched it growing up, and whether it was on TV or renting it or whatever, but it was always, you know, I always saw the remastered in 4K. You know, when I worked at Best Buy, one of the discs that we had inside the binder was, you know, a mastered in 4K Ghostbusters, but it was on a Blu-ray, and it just looked it didn't look good. It just looked like a normal Blu-ray. It was, so now it's like, I know they had the standalone 4K releases, but with this set, this thing it's killer. I love it. And, all the fans hopefully got it, and it's probably the best set that you can get right now on Ghostbusters. And the fact that it's the trap and it lights up and it's all cool. Check out the video for that one. I kind of show it off more in detail, but yes, that came out in like February, and that's when I got it. So that's Ghostbusters. Next up is Madman on 4K with the slip. Another one that I did a video on because I was really stoked and excited to check this out, and really good transfer. I mean, the best this film's ever looked, and I know that, it's not like one of those films that like you get a transfer and you're like, oh, it's perfect, it's perfected. But as far as the film with this budget and how again, like everything was really taken care of here, as far as like the transfer. Vinegar Syndrome does a good job. When they do a really good job with the transfers, again, you really tell. And I don't own this on Blu-ray, so getting this on 4K with the slip for the first time was a really cool treat for me. And the transfer is killer. All the features are here, and it's awesome. So Madman on 4K, check it out. It's still available. Vinegar Syndrome has like 1 million copies. So another one that came out around that time is Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. And as you guys know, on my other channel, Let's Talk Resident Evil, I did a video on this and also reviewed the film when it was in theaters. I'm still working on a video that is me kind of like taking a second look at Resident Evil, but I've kind of like, I don't know how to approach it without dealing with copyright, getting taken off YouTube basically. So I have to be very careful with how I present that video. But that video is going to kind of be going into a second opinion of this, how I feel when I watch this on 4K. This one has all of the little fan contest postcards with the different artwork, so that just shows you what they have on there. So pretty cool. This steelbook was available at Best Buy and Amazon, and it got as low as I think like $26 or something. I think I spent like $30. I think I spent a little bit more, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. Maybe next time I can get Sony or someone to send me some screeners or send me a copy of this, because I do a bunch of Resident Evil stuff on LTRE. So it is what it is, though. Obviously, I have the Paul Anderson films as well. But as far as the 4K transfer, I mean, it looks fine. It's a modern 4K movie. But again, the content of the film, not a big fan. Does not hold up well to the original games, and I feel like it was rushed. I feel like they tried to put too much in one movie between the first game and the second game, and they did the third game dirty. So, but that's beside the point before I get off on a rant there. Next up is the Spider-Man trilogy on 4K. I actually didn't own the old transfers for this that came out in the other set. The other set was, they released it with just the Tobey Maguire films, and then they released one with the Tobey Maguire films and Andrew Garfield films, because I remember when I worked at Best Buy, I saw that there, but I never picked them up. Kind of regretted it, and then apparently these are the same transfers, just in a new package. I do kind of like the artwork with the sun setting on the mask. I think that's kind of cool. But no slip with this. This isn't really a release that gets a slip. This is a thicker 4K box, as you can see, so just to fit 3 discs in here. But I like the movies. Obviously, the third one is the weakest of the trilogy, but regardless, I still go back to them and watch them. And yeah, it's not like I'm super into all the superhero films, but I always have a nostalgia with these films. Obviously, 1 and 2 are like the favorites, and going back and rewatching them for the new one was a cool treat as well. So again, had to get the 4K. This came out in February though, so they didn't actually put this out before No Way Home, so that's kind of weird, but Sony put them out again, so thank you, Sony, for putting that out. The next one that we have up here is Thriller, A Cruel Picture. This is now rare as hell. This has been pulled off of Synapse's website. Synapse and Vinegar Syndrome came to an agreement, and they just pulled it down. because Vinegar Syndrome is releasing their Thriller in June, or really next month, I guess, if you're a subscriber to Vinegar Syndrome. But this has the Blu-ray of the unrated edition, and then it has the They Call Her One Eye in here. And this goes for a lot of money. I didn't buy 2. I should have bought 2. But you know what? Sometimes I should just listen to my peers, and I didn't. So I only got 1, but it's for my viewing pleasure, obviously. Like, I watched it, and I thought it was a great transfer. I thought it was as good as you could make this film. I really am curious to see what, Vinegar Syndrome pulls out of the hat here. Obviously, they have, a different artwork, different slipcover, and They Call Her One Eye, I think, on the 4K as well. Obviously, they're going to be on 4K Ultras. This is just a Blu-ray and a DVD, so I know it is going to be on 4K. I did get the Vinegar Syndrome Thriller as well, so again, being fans, typically we end up with both copies, but this being pulled off of everything and sold out and now goes for a decent chunk of change online, but I will be holding on to my copy. So that is for Thriller, A Cruel Picture. Next up, I have New York Ninja. And I got this complete in the box here with the slipcover. And this I actually got at Monster Mania in New Jersey at the Vinegar Syndrome table. Shout out to Chris. Always holding it down. And it's one of those things where I always was trying to, anytime I find these films and I realize that, on the actual store, you can't find it with this case. And it was the same case with Beastmaster. So finding them at the table, you get lucky, and there you go. New York Ninja. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard killer things, so that's why I know that I'm going to enjoy that film no matter what. Next up, I have a couple films here. I have Daredevil, which is, not the best film. Not the best film, but it's kind of fun to watch this with friends and just like to reminisce on this time in films, and it was only a couple bucks. So there's Daredevil, along with Memento, going back to Nolan's early days. And this one, again, couple bucks. Didn't actually own it, and I don't think it's out on 4K, or maybe it is. I don't even know, but it was only a couple bucks, so there it is. And then the classic Caddyshack, which I actually didn't own, but again, couple bucks, had to pick it up, and that's Caddyshack. So there you go, just the standard Blu-ray. Nothing crazy. All right, next up, we actually got our Scream Best Buy 4K Steel right here. And I know this is sold out like most of the Best Buy Steelbooks. But, yeah, I haven't opened this yet. Haven't actually checked out the deleted scenes and the behind-the-scenes featurette. I have not checked any of that stuff out. But, with Scream 5, or sorry, 5 Cream, I really think that this could have been, a lot better if they made certain changes to the actual story and how they went about it without giving too much away. I know it's kind of like the time's up. It's been out for a long time, but I don't want to spoil it in a random collection update. So, but I just feel like certain things should have been done a little bit differently. But if I had to rank them, I would rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I would rank them. So, but yeah, that's a 5 Cream on 4K. So there we go. I haven't checked it out yet, and but we're not done. We're not done with 5 Cream. I got Scream and 4K with the slip, and you might be like, why the hell did you buy it twice if you're not even that, big on the film? Well, this is the Walmart edition that actually came with a poster, and it came just like this with 2 pieces of paper, or like, thicker, like cardboard paper. And here is the poster. So very like 80s, very 80s throwback. Don't see it alone. Very cool. I thought this was a cool addition. It's a smaller poster, so it won't take up a lot of space. I don't even know where I can really put this thing right now, but regardless of the film, I think that poster's still really cool. And I like the fact that it can be kind of read as Scream, just kind of Scream 1, so it kind of gives me Scream 1 vibe. So yeah, technically it's for, Scream 5 or Scream, but this poster is kind of cool because I was like, you know what, you could put that up and it can kind of be like a Scream poster. It doesn't have to be Scream 5. It's not like it has all of the, you know, faces on the front like this, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, so that's the Walmart edition of Scream that comes with the little posters. That just came in the other day. Another thing that came in the other day, which I didn't check out yet, is RoboCop on 4K with the shiny steelbook. I did check out Garrett Born to Be Rad's video talking about this steelbook, and he said that the transfer is amazing, and the steelbook obviously looks killer. And thankfully, I didn't get it with any, you know, loose discs or anything. Amazon came through on this, and I know that it is now sold out on Amazon, at least over here in the U.S. So, you know, maybe in the UK it still might be available. I'm not sure, but yeah. So this is the 4K steelbook. I did not get the other 4K, or sorry, the Blu-ray edition of the Arrow. So now that the 4K is out, now that I missed out on that other edition, I might as well just get the 4K. So that's kind of where I'm at with RoboCop. What can I say? Classic film. Really excited to check it out again. It's been a few years since I've seen it, so can't wait to check out RoboCop. Next up, I actually have the Kino items from the Kino Lorber sale. I didn't get too crazy with the sale because, you know, you can go a little crazy, but the sale is actually a great sale. Because when Kino has a sale, they actually have good numbers on there. They have good prices. Other websites, sometimes they have sales, and it's not too much of a discount. So I picked out 4 here. I didn't want to go too crazy. Starting off with the Blu-rays, I have Schoolgirls in Chains. And this is one that I actually have never seen. But this is something where, again, it was like, I don't even know, $10 or something like that on their site. So, really cheap, and didn't get it on Amazon when I saw it, and I'm happy I didn't because it was cheaper on the Kino sale. Next up is for Lucio Fulci. This shirt's also from the Dead Pit Boys, deadpitshop.com. Check it out. Lucio Fulci. Authentic Italian gore, right? We got Conquest right here. So Kino had this on sale. I've never seen Conquest, and Uncle Bill was putting this over on his show about Fulci. So you know what? I was like, fuck it. I'm going to check it out on the Kino sale. Next up is 2 4K films. The first is Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And this is a, you know, classic action film, but I've never actually had a copy of this thing. This is one that we'd always actually see on demand back in the day on Comcast, you know, when he would use like the searches. This was always on there. With a bunch of Chuck Norris movies for some reason. I don't know why they always had that on there. But yes, haven't checked it out, but this does have the slip. So I'm very happy that that had the slip. And $12. Can't really beat it. Or 15, I think it was. I don't know, $12 to $15, guys. And look at this, Hannibal. That's the other 4K I have with the slip. This would be like $30 in Best Buy when I worked at Best Buy. So the fact that I got it for like, you know, 13 to 15 bucks, somewhere around there. I'm sorry, guys, I don't remember the exact prices, but they're still on sale. They're still for the same prices. So if you go on the website, check out Kino's sale, and you know, they're running it, I think, for another couple days. So grab what you can, because you can get a lot for the price. Right here, I actually have, and I'm going to count it for this Blu-ray collection update, is Opiates Squared from Tool. This is a Blu-ray set that I actually did an unboxing video on, and this is their first music video in 15 years, and this thing is killer. So it is a Blu-ray. It has a bunch of artwork in here. I did a whole video talking about this. I also got this, so this is part of the it's a Blu-ray, so it is part of the collection update. So I wanted to include that in. Last but not least, we have Spider-Man No Way Home, the Best Buy Steelbook, and this is sold out, but I was very excited to get this. Now these go on sale right away. Usually the weekend of the movie coming out, they don't go on sale, but the pre-orders go up. And shout out to Perry, he sent me the link right away, so I was able to get it. But it was just like a bunch of, you know, anytime it's a Marvel, like any superhero film or Disney, it usually sells out really quick. And the Best Buy Steelbooks are no joke, and this didn't come back in stock, so it is going on eBay for, you know, some money, and like most Best Buy Steelbooks. But, you know, I had to get this one. Spider-Man No Way Home is probably my favorite Marvel film in the last like 15 years, 10 or 15 years. So I just think everything hit at the right time with this thing. And I love the design of Steelbook with Doctor Strange on the back, and Doc Ock on the front with all the villains and the Goblin. It's killer. And obviously Electro's up here. Sandman's hanging around in the whole tornado of sand here. But yeah, so really cool transfer too. I rewatched this again for like the 4th time. I love it every time, so that's why I know I actually like it. So that's it for this movie collection update. Just Blu-rays and 4Ks, no DVDs this time, which is good because I'm not trying to get a lot of DVDs anymore unless it's like, horror or whatever, but I'm trying to make room for this stuff. So yeah, that's it for this movie collection update. Stay tuned for more content here on Inoculate Productions. Subscribe and hit that like button, and stay tuned for more video content. Take care.